Change your conception of yourself, and you will automatically change the world in which you live. The seed of all manifestation. Man stands at the threshold of infinite power, for within him lies the creative force of the universe itself, his imagination. The law of attraction, as popularly known, is not a mechanical drawing of objects or events to oneself by wish or whim. It is, in truth, the law of consciousness. It is the outpicturing of that which man is conscious of being. When we speak of attracting, we speak symbolically. We are not magnets in a physical sense. We are God-becoming, ever manifesting, ever unfolding the shapes and forms of our inner convictions. The world is yourself pushed out. What you see without is a mirror held up to your state within. Your external life is a faithful recording of your internal assumptions. You do not attract what you want, you attract what you are conscious of being. And consciousness, what you accept as true, is the only reality. The world, the people, the situations, all play their parts according to your inner speech. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. That word is not mere language, but the assumption, the belief, the feeling of the wish fulfilled. That word made flesh in your life becomes the form and substance of your experience. Feeling is the secret. To believe is to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. To believe is not to hope, is not to long, nor to wish. Is to live inwardly in the state you desire until it hardens into fact. This is the law of attraction rightly understood. What you feel yourself to be, you become. Your assumptions, when persisted in, become your reality. The world responds not to your prayers offered in desperation, nor your affirmations mouthed without conviction, but to your inner tones of being. As within, so without. I have said, I am the resurrection and the life. These are not the words of a man called Jesus walking 2,000 years ago. They are the eternal proclamation of your own imagination. Every time you declare, I am, you are declaring God. And whatever follows that I am becomes the shape of your reality. Say, I am poor, and the world confirms it. Say, I am loved, and it must outpicture. But not once, not in wishful hoping. It must be felt. It must be worn like a cloak. Imagined like a garment already fitted. To the degree that you feel it real, it becomes the bridge of incidents. Once a man assumes his desire fulfilled, he will be led by the unseen currents of the universe to the fulfillment of that state. This journey, which I call the bridge of incidents, is not of your doing. The how is not your concern. The law does not require your planning, it requires your faith. You assume the end, and then live faithfully in that end. Everything between, every meeting, every event, every seeming accident, will arrange itself with a wisdom beyond human comprehension. Trust this process, and you will know God. Many make the mistake of asking, what must I do? I tell you, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Live in that state. Return to it again and again until it becomes natural. Let the world rearrange itself. Do not tear the curtain to see how the miracle is done. Imagining creates reality. Man is all imagination. God is man and exists in us and we in him. The eternal body of man is the imagination, that is God himself. The law of attraction is the law of assumption, and assumption is imagination enthroned. You do not attract what you desire by will or effort. You become it by accepting it inwardly. To imagine a state with feeling, vividness, saturation, sensory detail, is to set in motion the forces that must objectify that state. When you enter into the state of your desire, when you see the world from it instead of toward it, when you hear the words that would be spoken were it true, you are living in the end. You are sowing the seed of manifestation. All things bring forth after their kind. You cannot imagine lack and manifest abundance. You cannot dwell in loneliness and receive love. You must be the thing imagined. It must feel as real to you as the very room you sit in now. The law is impartial. This law does not care for good or bad, deserving or undeserving. It only delivers according to your inner state. It does not moralize. It does not judge. The law is life. It operates by faith, not by sight. The law is no respecter of persons. It gives to all who apply it. Just as electricity lights the home of the just and the unjust, so does the law of assumption respond to every man, regardless of status or creed. Your life is your own inner talking made visible. If you would change the outer, you must change the inner conversation. Do not dwell on facts. Facts are the fruit, not the root. Your reality springs from your assumptions. Change your assumptions, and your facts will follow. Revision. redemption of the past. The law of attraction is not bound by time. The imagination can rewrite the past, and by doing so, change the future. This is the glorious gift of revision. If an event causes you pain, you need not accept it as final. In the silence of imagination, you may go back and redo the scene. See it unfold differently. Hear what you wish had been said. Feel what you wish had been felt. As you revise, you release the energy held by the old assumption and impress a new one upon the subconscious. The past is not dead, it lives in you now. Change it inwardly, and the world will change to reflect your new history. You are not a slave to memory. You are the master of meaning. Faith, loyalty to the unseen reality. Faith is not the belief in something out there. Faith is loyalty to the unseen reality imagined within. Faith is seeing what no eyes can see. To have faith is to know that your assumption is true, even before the facts arise. Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed. To walk by faith is to walk by imagination, not by appearances. It is to persist in your vision, regardless of evidence to the contrary. It is to hold the image steady until the world reshapes to match it. Faith is not a passive waiting. It is an active knowing. When you imagine a thing with conviction, you are fertilizing the soil of your being. The harvest is sure if you do not uproot the seed with doubt. Living in the end. To live in the end is to act, think, and feel from the state of the wish fulfilled. You do not beg. You do not hope. You assume. You walk, speak, and carry yourself as one who already possesses the desire. You rehearse the future until it becomes your present. Imagine you have already received it, because in imagination you have. And what you have in imagination, you will soon have in experience. Do not seek. Assume. Do not try. Be. What you desire is already within you, waiting for recognition. The kingdom of heaven is not found by effort, it is realized by assumption. The power within. There's no power outside of man. Everything begins within. You are not subject to fate, luck, or chance. You are the operant power. The law is always working. You are always imagining. Your only choice is what to imagine. Stop blaming, stop pleading, and begin assuming. Let the world be your mirror, not your master. Use the mirror to correct the face, not to complain about the reflection. The law of attraction is not magic. It is law. You sow, you reap. You imagine, you experience. And you, dear reader, are the only cause of your life. The pearl of great price. When you accept imagination as the only reality, when you give up all other causes and place your faith in the unseen, you have purchased the pearl of great price. You have sold all else, all superstitions, all external powers, and bought truth. And that truth is simple. Imagination creates reality. You need no rituals, no affirmations chanted endlessly, no signs from the sky. You need only the inner movement of consciousness, the acceptance of your desire as real. The law of attraction, so widely misunderstood, is nothing more than the outworking of your own consciousness. You do not need to attract anything. You need only to assume it is yours, and it will come. Dare to believe in the reality of your assumption. Refuse to be ruled by sense data. Turn within. Imagine, feel, persist, and know, truly know, that all things are possible to him who imagines rightly. The world is your mirror. Your imagination is your key. The law of attraction is not attraction at all, it is expression. You are always becoming what you imagine. As I have said before, man becomes what he imagines himself to be. Imagine lovingly, assume nobly, and the world shall bow to your vision.